Good morning, everyone. I hope that you're doing well. Might notice something a little bit different today. I am wearing sunglasses. Now, granted, it is getting into October here, the last part of September, and we are in very summerish weather still here in Arkansas. That's not the reason I am wearing the glasses. I had LASIK surgery yesterday. Anyhow, everything seemed to go well. Went back to the ophthalmologist this morning. They said I now have 20/20 vision, so I am excited to see what that brings. But that is the reason I'm wearing the glasses. It does look, if I took these off, my eye is really beat up over here. Corey, my main man behind the camera here, you should have seen his face when he saw this. I mean, he was just like, oh my gosh, who beat you to death nearly? Well, it was my ophthalmologist, but he told me that he did, and now I'm going to reap the benefits because I have 20/20 vision. That was totally not part of what we were going to go into today, but it's fun to know, I'm sure. So what are we going to do? We're going to have a little market report because, with these rising interest rates, and they're still rising, what are we seeing here? We still see high demand for properties. So right now, a couple transactions, a few that we've put under contract over the last week, I have got two first-time home buyers under $200,000 still ready and willing to buy these properties. That's one thing that we have to consider is that regardless of interest rates, which aren't at all-time highs, I mean, they're not at record highs. They're just higher than what we've been paying for the past 3 years or so. So, I mean, people are still willing and having to buy properties. And here's the other fact. The demand is pinned up. So whenever these interest rates drop, and they will eventually, whether it's 6 months or 18 months, whenever it is, that demand is going to come in. And what is going to happen? The prices of those properties are going to go up because you're going to have more folks jumping into the market. So I have first-time home buyers who are still buying these properties. We have another one that has come in. It's going to be her second home. She's moving up. Still happening. Why? Because those needs and desires still exist, and people realize that while the interest rate may be higher, the prices, when those interest rates go down, are going to rise. So that's a few of our clients that we have going right now and that have put properties under contract over the past week. So what about Faulkner County? What about Central Arkansas? So let's just use Faulkner County as an example. Over the last month, just over the last month, 196 properties have sold in Faulkner County. Those are not bleak and depressing numbers. Those numbers are solid numbers. Now, there have been reports that Central Arkansas is on the radar of hot places to move. So, I mean, there may be more demand here than there are in other parts of the state or other parts of the country. But that is a good number in the midst of what we are seeing with the rising interest rates. And so a couple of them that I printed off, just to show you that you have a variation of properties. The cheapest one that sold over the last month sold for $30,000. It was not a foreclosure, but it was sold as is, so it's probably going to need some work. Now, the most expensive property that sold, and this is interesting because, you've got rising interest rates. The most expensive property that was sold was listed over $2.3 million, and it sold for $2.1 million with bank financing. So even on a larger home, and this was a nice home that sold for $2.1 million, there's still bank financing being involved in these transactions, even at larger amounts. The demand is there. Folks, if you are looking to sell your home, call the Hawks family team. We will be glad to work with you. My number, as always, 501-764-6847. Again, that's 501-764-6847. Anybody on my team will be more than glad to work with you. Folks, like I've mentioned many times already, these interest rates may be a little bit higher than what they've been in the past few years, but when they drop, the prices will rise. So you've got to figure out which one is it. talk to a professional. Call us. Let us help you weigh out those options, and we will be more than glad to work with you. Thank you again for your time, and look forward to talking with you soon.